downcast this week, but it's all-star. I'm telling you, this is like the Pro Bowl of casts. So with us, we have Tom and Chapman. How are you, gentlemen?
Hey, Fletch. Doing great.
So representing the AFC in this Pro Bowl of casts, is that we've got an AFC and an NFC represent. This is all. It's what a thing to just come up with off the top of my head. Anyway, we've got to do things a little bit different today, which is why I'm back in the chair. We're gonna have a little trivia night, and I'm gonna test these lads' knowledge. Hopefully, we may have a couple of people joining us again throughout the episode. If not, it's all on you guys. Please don't embarrass us in front of the world.
It's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. But then again, you have been selected to the Pro Bowl of Hurdle the Line episode, so you should be up for the pressure by now. Start off with, we'll break the huddle. There is very, very little news. However, there are only a couple of bits in that 24-year-old rookie Kyrie Jackson, drafted by the Vikings this year, died in a car crash this weekend in an absolute tragic event. Obviously, it goes without saying, but the thoughts and prayers from everyone at the Sleep at Network and with his family and friends at a very difficult time. At this very difficult time. And in other news as well, we found out yesterday that the Around the NFL podcast will not be returning. It caused quite a stir in the group chat. Many emotions have been felt over the last 24 hours. You've had a little time to deal with it. How are you feeling today?
Tom, you go first.
I mean, it's sad because it was I think it was such a great program, especially with those three together. I know, obviously, I think that Greg Rosenthal is carrying on by himself, hosting a podcast or something with the NFL media, but it's a shame that it's had to come to an end. But what a great ride, I guess, is how I'd sum up.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. I mean, we don't really know what's happened yet. A lot of speculation, which was part of what our chat was about. I think most people assume, and I think now that I've read a few more things, that the NFL, I think maybe was trying to make some cuts, maybe trying to bring back them at maybe a lesser rate or something, and I think Dan and Mark have walked and Greg has stayed. And I do think as we discussed, Greg kind of has multi-tiers of different things he does at the NFL, and it maybe made more sense for him, but it's really disappointing. I'm sure Dan and Mark hopefully will be doing something together. And I'm sure Greg's not going to be foolish enough to try to replicate around the NFL without them. So they'll both be doing something new. But it will be missed. I felt like, the show definitely was very different after Chris Wesseling passed away. And I think it took them some time to sort of get it back. But I thought last year was a real return to form to them. And I was really enjoying the show, again, almost as much as I did, pre-Chris passing. So it's disappointing, and it's a guilty pleasure. I found that podcast when I moved here, and it really was one of the few ways I could keep in touch with the NFL, sort of in a way, while living here before I sort of got in the infrastructure of people like the app at Sleep at Net, at Sleep at Work Network, the AAW, and folks like Tom and Ollie and everybody on the gang. So. Anyway, I tend to go on too long, but it is sad. And I know, and I think especially for people in the UK and Europe, because they were such proponents of the game here. Yeah. And we've mentioned that before in the past.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I said was I'll always be grateful for, I'm very similar to many people. One of the first things you do when you type in NFL podcast, when you first, I guess, trying to get into the infrastructure of it, that's one of the first ones that come up, and it's one of the first ones that you listen to. And for the vast majority of people, it will probably end up being the first one you ingratiate yourself with. They've been fantastic. Like I said, they've been absolutely massive proponents and champions of the game over here. They've done numerous events here. They've really got behind the expansion internationally, and it's been something that I think we now, I guess, can take for granted a little bit, but without that support and the backing, we don't know how big the international games could have, or how well they would have been received. So it's greatly appreciated. Like I say, hopefully Greg doesn't try to top gear it, because that we've known from experience that doesn't
we know
work.
that doesn't work. Yeah.
So they might end up trying to grand tour it, but we'll see. But that's about it, unless you guys have seen anything else this week particularly noteworthy.
Well, this isn't really NFL noteworthy, but I think we are how many days away from college football 25 dropping, which is why I decided tonight to wear my. This is the first of 2 championship hoodies that I have back to back. 2021 and 2022 probably should have been a three-peat, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Which one are you wearing now then? Are you wearing the first one?
I'm wearing the first one. The first one's always the sweetest. Well, it really wasn't their first one, but it was the first one of these 2.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Yeah. Why wasn't it a three-peat? Who won the third one? No? Okay. I don't know. I'm just asking for information. I host the college football podcast. I should know this. But I was hoping for... But no, it's...
Also, Fletch does one more thing as well. The receiver program on Netflix is dropping on Wednesday. So, that'll follow, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who else? George Kittle, and then there was one more, wasn't there, right?
So, yeah, it was Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Kittle, and Amon-Ra.
Forget the best receiver in the league. My God, but
no, you didn't. Yeah. You said Amon-Ra.
Oh, there you go. Twisted my arm. My God.
There we go. We're started. We're rolling now. I can't wait. So this Hard Knocks has started. The preseason Hard Knocks. I have the notification on my TV that says, I think I can, when you pre-order, you can kind of download the game a couple of hours before, so it's ready to run at midnight. The window for me to download College Football 25 is 1 week from right now.
Oh, wow. Really?
As of recording. So I can download it from, I think it's like 9 p.m. at night. So it's ready to roll at midnight. And depending on BT Wi-Fi, I might get it by the time it's released for everybody else. So that's exciting. But no.
There goes a sponsor. Anyway.
But I think what the important thing to do is college football is a week away. Hard Knocks is happening. Receiver is dropping in a couple of days, the day of this episode. So.
And we're what? We're in the, 63 days away from the start of, from opening
Saturday was
the NFL season.
Yeah, Saturday just gone was 7 weeks until the college football week 0 game, so 2 weeks after that. So yeah, we're
I just know it's 9 Sundays away because I saw Scott Hansen post about it in the Red Zone studio saying I'll be back here in 9 weeks. So
yeah. So it's officially time we can start getting genuinely excited about football coming. It's not far away. It's around the corner. We're nearly there. And on that, let's see how do you fare in your football knowledge as we get ready for the season. I prepared a few questions. So I feel like some of them might be a little easy. Some of them might be a little difficult. There is no point system. I'm not pitting you actually against each other like an actual Pro Bowl. So if some of them, we'll try and come up with the answers between us.
How do we answer? So do I just talk over Tom?
I just talk over Chad.
I will throw it to one of you.
Okay.
I'll kind of go between.
Alternate.
But if Tom, for example, you can't get the answer, Chapman, feel free to weigh in, and vice versa.
All right.
So we'll start off dead easy. We'll warm ourselves into it. What does the NFL stand for?
The National Football League.
See, right, there we go. We're rolling. Another really easy one. Let's get us properly rolling now. Chapman, who is the commissioner of the National Football League currently?
That would be Mr. Roger Goodell.
Okay, let's go. Little bit more, Tom. We'll get into a bit of maths here. How many total games are played in a season? Regular season.
17 games. don't know. Have you got any idea, Chapman?
Yeah, so you would take 32 divided by 2, which is 16, correct?
16
And then
times
16 times, what is it?
17?
17 games? Yeah.
Or is it 18 game season? No,
No. 17 times 16, so it's
Not yet.
272 games?
That is correct. 272
nicely done.
games. Well done. That's a good start. So yeah, it's not 18 games yet, although if Roger Goodell gets his way, as we all know,
It will
that
be
will
in a few years. Or
few
after
years' time.
at some point, yeah.
Chapman, how many
Yeah.
players can be on an active NFL roster?
53.
53. Tom, who has thrown for the most passing yards of all time?
Tom Brady.
Do you want to give us an idea of how many?
I think it's something like 67,000 and something.
Ooh.
Is it more than that?
Go higher.
73,000?
Chapman,
Is it over 75?
it's over 75.
So it's 80, is it 82?
Is it 76?
Chapman's closer.
Just tell us now, Fletch.
89,214.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Wow. But that counts playoffs too, doesn't it?
I believe so, yes.
That can't just be. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Because I remember when he passed Breeze, when he was, I remember that game. But because I think it was against the Patriots as well, wasn't it, right? Like he was
Maybe.
above Breeze? I think so. Maybe.
So this is badly worded. I copied and pasted this one, and it's so badly written. I'm gonna. Who has, Chapman, the most rushing yards in NFL history?
It's. Did Emmitt Smith break Walter Payton's record? Yes. And then has anyone broke Emmitt Smith's record? I don't think so. Or Adrian Peterson? I'm gonna go Emmitt Smith, but I think it's been broken. If I can't remember, and I'm missing.
It is Emmitt
It
Smith.
is Emmitt Smith.
It's
Okay.
Emmitt Smith.
Again, do you want to
And
have
he
a...
did it. And he did it as an Arizona Cardinal, which was also very weird.
And he also did it well. It kind of helped that he had one of the best defensive lines to run behind for the Cowboys.
Offensive lines.
Yeah, offensive
Well, yeah.
lines. Yeah.
It also helped that Barry Sanders retired early.
Yeah, very true.
That's very true.
Yes, it is. Do you want to have a guess at how many? Again, in the career? Rough idea.
I used to know this by heart. I couldn't even tell you, but is it 20-ish?
Slightly below 20. It's not quite 20.
Like 18?
I was going to say, is it like 19.5?
It's in the 18,000s.
Okay.
18,884?
Not quite that many.
18,001 yard.
No. So it
I'll
was
buy for $1.
18,355 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
But actually,
Who has the most active, I wonder? That's a good question.
this is
great
something I was
potting.
going to say. I was wondering how far behind Adrian Peterson actually is.
No, but he's
And I
there.
wonder about Derrick Henry, too. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And he's got how many?
Oh, my gosh. He has 9,000 yards. That doesn't make any
so he's got
sense.
Half of.
So
Wow. Half
Emmett,
Yeah.
Emmett
Wow.
Smith was
That's crazy.
18,355. Second is Walter Payton, 16,726. Frank Gore comes in at third with 16,000.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Barry Sanders in fourth with 15,269. And Adrian Peterson comes in at fifth with 14,918. He was 82 off the top five.
What's crazy
Oh, wait, no,
about
top
Barry
four.
Sanders as well is that he only played. He played 10 years in the league.
10 years. 10
Yeah.
years.
So he could have easily played way more and would have easily broken the Russian record, I reckon. But yeah, it's crazy. We'll never know, but mad still.
Yeah,
Great
no, no.
question.
So I'm still trying to look here and see who's.
think Chapman will find out. I think it's Derrick Henry is the most.
Derrick Henry has 9,000 yards. I mean, geez. Yeah, Ezekiel is number 2. Weirdly enough, Latavius Murray is number 3 with like 6. Nobody had like Ezekiel and Derrick are like 2,000 and 3,000 yards ahead of everybody else.
He's been on a lot of teams, hasn't he? I think Latavius Murray. He's been on the Ravens. He was on the Saints. Yeah.
And then finally, let's do the trio. Most receiving yards in history, Tom.
Is Jerry Rice.
Yes. Yeah. Again, drop a punt.
It's not even. It's like what receiving record? Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice.
20,
pretty much
23,000.
I will let you just. You can have that outright. It was 22,895.
Oh, come on, not bad.
That's not bad at all.
There we go. And he was still catching passes after 20 years, like with the Seahawks. Like, it was crazy.
Well, one of the questions I got up, because when you try to get some inspiration, so I was looking at some others, and it was like, name someone who's caught a touchdown in 4 different decades, and I'm still trying to figure out how that one worked. But yeah, career span, 20-something, 23, 4 years?
It was like 22 years or something crazy. Yeah.
And you think the average lifespan of a career in the NFL is still about 3 years?
Yeah.
I think it's 3.3 years or something. It's crazy, yeah. Mad.
So, people like Jerry Rice are kind of keeping that up for everybody. Tom Brady, those guys who were dragging that number and keeping it above 3. Clearly.
Yeah. True.
Chapman, can you tell me who's kicked the longest field goal of all time?
Justin Tucker?
It was. Can you remember when it was or how long?
It was 65 or 66 yards? 65?
66.
It was a 66-yarder against the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Yeah. Didn't want to include this one.
Was it 2 seasons ago?
It was.
And it was to win the game.
And it was to win the game.
And it came off the crossbar as well.
It did. And do you know how well, obviously I remember it came off the crossbar anyway, but I was watching it with my little brother and we both jumped up and screamed when it hit the crossbar and turned round, and then I cried. So that's...
You didn't cry, really, did you?
I was close.
Oh my
God. Well, when Dan Campbell started crying in that press conference, that kind of, you're just like, "Oof, don't do it to me, Dan."
That's still insane. There's 66 yards. That's just ridiculous. Yeah.
And to think the kicker that we've just got in from the UFL kicked 2 64-yarders in the same stadium.
Wow.
And both of them, it was a game winner. It went through, got pulled back, and then he did it again.
Oh, wow. That's even more impressive.
So, although that was in the UFL, so, slightly lesser competition there coming after you on the line.
True.
Did you ever see? So when I was growing up, I used to watch. I won't do Tell Me About the War, Grandpa, but really quick. When I was growing up, I used to watch the old NFL films that they would have on. I think they had them on HBO. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And they used to have the one about, and I want to say it was the Steelers kicker from the 70s, but it was the guy who didn't have toes. He had and he held the record for a very long time for the longest field goal. But watching him kick. Pretty sure that was him, Roy Guerrero.
Toes? I don't even know.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting. I never seen anything about. I don't know if it was this year, but I just remember watching this video, and I feel weird now that I can't find him. So, anyway,
on this one, and I got asked this a little while ago, by a friend of mine who wasn't really into the NFL, but kind of had an idea. And it was about the time, again, that it was kind of... People were talking about Harry Kane wanting to go into the NFL as a kicker.
Yeah.
At the end of his football career. And he asked me, he said, do you truly think, like, not necessarily just some random guy off the street, but a football player or an average person could be successful as a kicker or a punter? I'm not asking as a general average person, but do you think it's someone like Harry Kane could genuinely go into the NFL and find success at the position?
Yes.
Are you asking?
Both of you.
I think so.
Maybe. I think maybe, depending on how skilled they are. I mean, but like, think about it. You're kicking a different shaped ball. A football is much harder. Like, harder is in terms of its like density. And it's about length and accuracy versus mostly speed and accuracy, I would say. I don't know. I'm not as versed in striking, not terminology, but just like the say of it. I wouldn't say no, but I would also say I've always had this thing where, like, about any sport where somebody's like, oh, that person who's really, like, I do believe LeBron James could be a tight end in the NFL, just only because of his body type. But I don't know if he'd be like Travis Kelce or anything. I don't think he'd be amazing.
College highlights, my days.
Yeah, but still. Yeah, but again, he was still a man amongst boys.
Yeah,
and like that's the like, I mean, LeBron's like body was like, anyway. But I also like to respect the athlete in that, yes, there are probably trans like athletes that are
that can translate across to another sport.
Yeah, and who are probably, but I think in most general, no, because I think a skill set is like, there's something also to the skill set that you have to acquire for for especially these specialized sports. So I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to see. It'd be fun. I mean, like, I don't know why Harry Kane couldn't just go try out. Like, that'd be fun.
I will think you're right as well. If you take on the position of, say, a punter, it's not just the accuracy to keep it down the middle. If you're in a particular game situation, you've got to try and pin it into the corner. Get it as close to the 1 yard line as possible without it going over for a touchback or going. And then you've got obviously the field goals where I always imagine it a bit like a free kick, but the wall gets to run at you.
Yeah,
and that's completely changes everything about a free kick if the wall gets to run at you.
I think it would be easier for a rugby kicker to transition across the NFL than it would someone that's played football, though, to be honest. Because it's obviously the ball is different, but it's similar in the way that you're kicking it through the uprights. That's like what you do in rugby as well, and you have to account for wind density and all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah.
By the way, I found the guy I was talking about. It was Tom Dempsey, and he kicked the longest field goal ever in 1970. It was a 63-yarder, and he did not. He had like special cleats and stuff because he didn't have toes.
Wow.
So go. I'll let you go down a Google hole on your own time.
Awesome. So, who are we at now? I think it was Chapman. I threw that one to you. And so, Tom, can you tell me who's won the most NFL MVP awards?
Yeah, that would be Peyton Manning with 5.
Correct.
Can you name the player that he shared one with, that he tied 1 year? And I'll give you a hint. It was a quarterback. They were co-MVPs. I think it's only happened like twice, maybe. I can't remember if it's...
That's crazy. Do you know what year it was, Chapman?
Ooh, 1990. No, that would have not been right. Maybe 2001 or 2, I'd say.
Was it Steve McNair?
That was correct.
Yes.
It was Steve McNair. Air McNair. I don't remember what day. It might have been later because I think Kurt Warner was Kurt Warner. Yeah, Kurt Warner was the MVP of 2001 when they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, it might have been 2, 3, or 4. I can't really remember. But
my guess was going to be Brett Favre.
No, I think Brett Favre only won 3, and I think he won them 2 in the 90s and maybe 1 more somewhere in there.
So, Chapman.
Brett Favre.
Correct. The question was, which 2 current NFL teams have existed since the founding year in 1920? But you were right, it was Brett Favre.
It was Brett Favre. See, I hate questions like this because it's probably very obvious and I won't remember. Is it like the Bears and
Yes.
the Giants?
Not the Giants. The
Is
Bears
it
exist.
Cardinals?
It's the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Wow.
The Bears existed, I think, very slightly longer than the Cardinals, but they were like the Decatur Staleys or something like that.
Where were they? Where were they based first?
Because I don't think the Giants is a bad guess though, because I swear they've been formed since maybe.
Well,
like
they're 100 years old, but that
Yeah.
also is not 1924, so I should have understood that.
So Decatur is in Georgia.
Oh man.
Nice. Way to
So
go,
the Bears
Cardinals.
the Cardinals started in your home state.
No, it's the Bears.
The Bears started in your home
It's
state.
in Atlanta. It's towards Scottsdale. No, Scottsdale, Atlanta.
Scottsdale's Arizona, isn't it?
Scottsdale, Atlanta.
Oh, right.
In East Atlanta is Decatur. Are you familiar with the area, Chapman?
What's it called?
Decatur. Decatur.
Decatur. That's where my family's. That's where my mom and my dad are from. It's Decatur, Georgia. It's in outside of Atlanta. Yeah. Or it's not outside Atlanta. It's part of Atlanta.
That was
Decatur.
Yeah, that was great.
That is. Please clip that. Decatur. For all the Atlanta people who follow the podcast.
So, what he said, Staley's. Then they moved to Chicago. So, but they are slightly older than the Cardinals. The Cardinals hold the record for the longest continuous name in the NFL. But both of those were founding members of the NFL at the time.
Right.
Where have I gone now? I've gone into the next set. So, in which year did the AFL and NFL merge, Tom? Officially.
Sometime in the 70s, I think. Was it 70, 76? Before?
Can I have a guess? 1972.
Not 72.
73?
73.
Further away.
74.
71.
You're going further.
74.
1970.
70. Yeah.
No,
Really?
exactly. Oh, fair.
So, with the NFL existing as the APFC in 1920, it obviously became the NFL in 1922, which is something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago when we did our Mount Rushmores. The AFL beginning in 1960 officially, but, throughout 59 they were kind of building it up. I did learn the actual proper story about how the AFL came to be down to this, and I thought that was actually quite interesting how that came to be. They were in the process of merging from I think about 66, 67, which is why you end up getting the Super Bowl, etc. But the official merge happened in
Lamar Hunt
1970.
was like a big part in the AFL merging with the NFL as well because he was like a big spokesperson for the AFL, obviously for the Chiefs, but just in general as a proponent of the AFL.
Yeah, and I think one of the best bits was it was the Cowboys that I believe there was the original back channel for the conversations to take place between the AFL and NFL. Really interesting stuff. I'm not a big history guy, but I do like learning things like that. I do think it's actually really interesting. So,
It's Chapman, I think.
here's one for you, Chapman. Who is the all-time... I hate this word so much. Who is the all-time winningest coach?
Don Shula.
Correct. Do you know how many games he won?
Does the first number start with a 3?
It does.
Yeah, it's like 300 something.
I think it's
322.
Including post-season wins, by the way. I'll
Yeah.
include post-season.
Yeah. He also coached till they like wheeled him off the daggum.
What? How many was it, Fletch? Was it like 334 or something?
347, including post-season wins.
Mm. Wow.
And this is like a question B.
Okay.
And I say that this is... I've realised now how quickly this is probably going to go. Who is the current winningest active NFL head coach? Tom?
We're gonna.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh.
Tom.
Oh yeah, because that one was Chapman.
I mean, it's pretty obvious why he threw it to you, Tom.
Yeah, well, it should be Andy Reid, right?
Big Red.
Yes, come on.
My
So-
initial thing would have been Mike Tomlin, but then I had totally forgotten about Andy Reid, who's probably been coaching at least 10 years before Mike.
Yeah, and he
At
was...
least a few years.
Yeah. So I think, again, I've got it up here. The Shula, who was head coach of the Baltimore Colts between 63 and 69, and then in the head coach of the Dolphins and for
Dolphins.
like generations. So I think it was between 70 and 95, was it? That he...
God. They really did wheel him off, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did. I can't remember if Dan Marino retired in that same game, but like Marino's last game was really sad. They made it to the playoffs and they got smoked. And I still remember watching that game, and it was like, I don't know, it was like 60-7 or something like that. It was awful.
It's still crazy to me that Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl in his second year and then never went back. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And often considered one of the greatest of all time to have ever done it.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
To have only ever been to one Super Bowl.
His MVP season was like one for the ages. Like, insane.
But
Well, he had two MVPs, didn't he? Did he win two?
Dan Marino's last game, he lost in the '99 divisional playoffs, so it wasn't with to the Jaguars, 62-7.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
Dude, it's like just one of those games that you just remember because you're just like, oh, 62-7. And that's in 1999.
Did he at least throw a touchdown, or was it a rushing touchdown?
I
Did he
don't
actually-
even remember.
Wow,
It was a
that's
sad way. Marino was awesome, man. He just, yeah.
But yeah, so Shula was coaching until 95. The most winning... Bill Belichick is obviously second.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But then he's not active anymore, is he? So
No. So Belichick, again, including postseason wins, is 333.
Wow.
Without postseason wins, it's a bigger gap between the two. But with postseason wins, Belichick is able to close that down a bit.
And what's his record without Brady? So he's not even above 500, is he? Well, maybe he is, but that might
Don't
be a bit
think
of
so.
an exaggeration.
No.
But yeah,
And third, do you want to have a guess at who number 3 is?
what in terms of wins?
Yeah, third winningest of all time. So you've got Don Shula, Bill Belichick, and then Andy Reid is 4.
I think it's George Seifert.
No.
No,
Is it,
Oh, no.
it's the old Cowboys coach. Is it, I always get him, Tom Landry? Nope. Oh.
how many wins do they have?
Let me get up this. Oh, hang on, I did actually have it in there. They had... Found where I'm at with it now. 324.
I think it's the one for the Steelers, but I can't remember. Is it Chuck Noll?
Nope.
324.
Tell us. This is going on too long.
Oh. It's George Hallis.
George Hallis, of course.
So Tom
I would-
Landry is in 5th. And think, where is it? Chuck Noll is 8th.
Oh, okay, first.
Although these aren't accounting in this list that I've now got in front of me doesn't account for postseason, so that's just in. But because it's even got Belichick listed in 3rd, but with postseason wins, Belichick goes up to 2nd. So
that's fair enough.
But in the all-time list, it goes Don Shula, Belichick, Hallis, then Reed.
Cool.
So here's another little one. Tom, I'm actually going to throw this is a proper question now, so I'm going to throw this one to you. 58 Super Bowls have been. Who leads the series, AFC or NFC?
I think it's NFC.
Okay. Do you want to query that, Chapman, or are you happy with his answer?
I'm of that as well, but I think we may have missed out the last 20 years.
So it's actually a trick. It was actually not a trick question, but I guided you to an answer that was not correct. It's a tie. 29 apiece.
29 apiece. Oh, crazy.
Despite it being equal, the AFC has clearly been dominant the last few years. You have the 2 latest dynasties in the AFC. But Chapman, do you remember at all? The NFC going 13 in a row. It was 80s to mid 90s.
90s, yeah. I mean, this is why I don't really like the AFC, because I grew up in a time where so, and the teams are just cooler, just to be honest. But yes, I do remember that. Basically, the joke of the 90s was the NFC Championship game was the Super Bowl, right? So. No, it's good that it's balanced. It kind of stinks when it's cooler when it kind of goes back and forth pretty often. Yeah. When one, I don't think it's ever really good for NFL when one, I don't think the Patriots were good for the NFL, overall. I know that's weird.
I'm going to enjoy asking this question on our trivia night next year when it's 30-29 to the NFC as the Lions lift the Lombardi in February.
Oh, wow.
Cannot wait. I did write a little thing there about me sneaking into the NFL
when it's
script.
30-29 to the AFC when the Chiefs complete the 3-peat, right?
That's
what he meant.
Be realistic, Tom.
I'm not living in realism. I'm living in, Mahomes land.
Okay, so which active NFL franchise, Chapman, has the least amount of Hall of Fame inductees?
The Jaguars.
Correct.
Oh, that's a good one.
With 1.
I couldn't even tell you who it was.
Oh, I know who it is. It happened last year or something.
It's only been in the last couple of years that he was finally inducted.
Yeah. I've forgotten what his name.
Can you at least remember the position he played?
Tony Baselli, isn't it?
That's the one. Well done.
Come on. Yeah.
Tony Baselli. The Texans, who have only existed since 2002.
Yes.
The Texans, who've only existed since 2002, have 2. And
wow.
Both of them got in before the Jaguars got there. And just, again, as a part B to the question, do you know who has the most?
Most all time?
Your most of all time.
The Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Chicago Bears. 37, 30 of... 37
Hall of Famers?
37
who
played at some point in their career played for the Bears.
Yeah.
30 of which spent either at least the majority of the career with the Bears.
Where are the 49ers at in that list? Because surely they've got a bunch.
I would think actually the Packers would be second.
Yeah, it surprised me the Lions are at least in the mid-20s. Yeah. And you think as well with a lot of these things, if you go back to the 30s, if the team existed in the 30s, there were a lot less players because there were a lot less teams. So with Hall of Fame inductees would have been a bit more common for those teams. So there are some I think the Lions have something they're in the mid to late 20s with Hall of Fame inductees, thanks to the 50s. So With that, my final one to you, I've got kind of again, this is a 1A and a 1B question. Who holds the record for the longest regular season winning streak? Which team? I think it's Tom. Is it Tom or Chapman who needs to throw this one too?
I think it's Tom.
I think it's me. Regular season winning streak. Surely, is it not the Patriots?
Nope.
The Miami Dolphins.
Nope.
Oh! How does that not work?
And again, I'm talking regular season only.
Yeah.
Is it Cowboys?
Nope. Would you like a clue?
Yeah, sure.
It's going to be some old weird thing.
Nope. Think of our friend who couldn't make it today and his secret favourite team that he talks about all the time.
The Browns?
No, his actual favourite team that he talks about all the time. There's a famous clip of it on the internet.
The Colts. Is it the Colts? Wow.
It's the Colts. Crazy. It's the Colts. The Colts.
The Colts. Yeah, that was
That's wild.
Between 2008 and 2009, the Colts went 23 regular season games unbeaten.
Wow.
Ending 2008 season with 9-game winning streak, and starting the 2009 season with a 14-game winning streak.
Very nice. Crazy.
But my part B to the question is, do you want to hazard a guess at who ended that streak?
The Patriots.
Nope.
The Lions.
Nope.
Who ended the Colts winning streak?
This is great podcasting, everyone.
Was it the Falcons?
Nope.
No.
Is it the Chiefs?
No.
Okay, just tell us now.
It was the Jets.
The Jets.
Uh,
My God.
The Jets beat them 29-15, and the Colts in 2009 made it all the way to the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah.
But the longest active.
Oh yeah, of course they lost to the Aints or the Saints at that point in the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just to finish us off, I'm gonna have a quick round of again a game that we like to play on the internet. We played Start Bench Cut last week, so we're gonna do the whole guess the player from the career.
Okay.
This is a lightning round.
Yeah, lightning round. I'm going to give you a nice, easy one to start with, though, just to get us warmed up again. College was Michigan, then went to the Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you don't get it,
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. I was like overthinking that one. Like Michigan.
I was like, what?
I worried that like this, but it makes me think the next few might provide some
Fletch,
interesting
make it
thoughts.
easier for me, harder for Tom. Just name, if you do college and then to NFL, just name the
Let's go first and latest.
No. Don't name the town. Just name the not the mascot, but the what do we call those? What's the lion? What's the falcon?
A moniker.
Yeah, whatever. Their names.
Okay.
The name of the teams. Like you could have gone Wolverine, Patriot, Buccaneer.
Okay.
Make it harder for Tom.
Okay.
Make it harder for me. Oh, come on.
We'll go a tiger, giant, brown, ram, raven, and dolphin.
Wait, say it again.
A tiger, giant, tiger, giant, brown, ram, raven, dolphin.
ODB, Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, that's a good one.
LSU Tigers. So, you ready?
Yeah, you said Tigers as well. Isn't Clemson Tigers as well, right?
Yeah, but you have to figure it out.
That's why it makes it apparently much harder for you.
Come on, I don't know college football that well, so
that's the point. That's the point, Tom. You're gonna have to learn some stuff.
Okay.
Let me just.
But also, what other player went? I mean, the Browns to the Miami is what gave it away for me.
Mm.
I mean, you could say Auburn Tigers, you could say Clemson Tigers, you can say there's a lot of Tigers.
True, there is.
So, a volunteer, Steeler, Jaguar, Steeler, Brown, Lion, Titan, Brown, Cardinal, Viking, 49er.
That is an insane...
Yeah, it's way too many.
I'll tell you what, I'll make it a little bit easy because there are a couple of them he never actually played for and ended up kind of... So I'll go with just the ones he played for. Was on an active roster for. So he was a volunteer, a Steeler, a Jaguar, a Steeler, a Brown, a Titan, a Cardinal, a Viking, a 49er.
Is that in the order of which he played for those teams as well?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them will be in order.
Is it an active player or retired?
An active player. I want you to pay attention to those last three.
Okay.
A Cardinal, a Viking, a 49er.
Viking.
I can't think. Oh, is it Brock Purdy? I mean, not
No.
Brock Purdy, but Sam Darnold.
Not Sam Darnold.
Is it Josh Dobbs? No.
Josh Dobbs, the
Josh
astronaut.
Dobbs.
Is it? No way. I didn't even know he'd signed with the 49ers.
Yeah.
He did. This is why some of them get a little bit tricky because they've made the move this off-season and this is up to date. This is up to date.
That is funny.
So we'll go a Roll Tide, a Falcon, a Titan, a Buccaneer, and an Eagle.
Julio Jones.
There we go. Straight away.
I knew you were going to say Julio Jones at Crimson Tide. I knew that's exactly. And by the way, if you look up in my back corner, there he is, just watching over us. St. Julio, just waiting to come back to the Falcons and be re-based and retire.
Okay, there we go.
Surely he's just going to sign a one day.
Let's hope so. He's still pissed at us for whatever reason. Who knows?
That was the thing as well. If for whatever reason that didn't get, if you weren't here, Chapman, and that didn't get picked up straight away, if I was to be asked, is he a current player or what? I'd be like, I don't know at this moment in time. I don't know. He's a free agent, but so
I think he had 3 touchdowns last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Sorry, Fletch.
we've got a bull, a raider, a bear, a charger.
Oh, no. Yeah. Khalil Mack, I think.
Khalil Mack.
Nice.
So
Wait, what
next up,
college did he go to?
Buffalo Bulls.
Buffalo Bulls. Weird.
Wow, that's crazy. I just got it from the Oakland Bear Charger.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking, but yeah.
Next up, we've got a gator, a saint, an eagle, a lion, an eagle.
It's not Deshaun Jackson, is it?
Nope.
You say a gator?
A saint, an
Okay.
eagle, lion, eagle.
Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
CJ Gardner Johnson.
I would have never gotten that in a million years. Way to go,
CJ.
Tom. That's a good one. That's a hard one.
That was a
Who-
tough one.
But you would tend to forget because he played 2 games for the Lions last year and then kind of snuck back over to the Eagles.
Yeah.
So, and I guess yeah. So right, I'm gonna have to learn. Right, okay. So this one, I'm gonna just pick the last college they went to.
Oh, so they went to a few colleges.
Yeah, this was pre-transfer portal. This man took very much advantage of. So let me just get the moniker because I didn't actually put the monikers in. Okay, so we have a cougar, a jaguar, an eagle, a colt, and a raider.
I think it is Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
Man. Nice one, Tom.
Colton Raider. That's what got it for me.
I'm not seeing Gardner in his gene cutoffs in Raiders camp yet, so that's why it's not registering. I forgot he was on that Eagles team too. Was he on the Eagles team? Was he the backup for the team that went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember he had to play a game against the Cowboys in the AT&T Stadium, and it was like an absolute barn burner of a game, but they ended up losing it, and then the Cowboys won that game because he had to play it because Jen Hurst was injured, and that's why he didn't win MVP.
And next up, we have a Golden Eagle, a 49er, an Eagle, a Brown, a Raider, and a Viking.
Wait, can you say them again?
So that'll be a Golden Eagle, a 49er, an Eagle, a Brown, a Raider, and a Viking.
I got no clue.
I have no idea. It's definitely not.
This is why we need to play this game again at the end of an episode with everybody else. Do a lightning round.
Definitely. Yeah, tell us.
I will come up with some in the. So, do you give up?
No, give us a clue at least.
Ollie would be very good at this, especially with all the Browns that keep popping up in this thing.
Yeah, literally.
Give us a position.
I will say, give you a position: quarterback.
Oh.
And an active player.
Okay, you didn't say Jets.
It's not Sam Darnold, is it?
No, Sam Darnold? No.
Because he didn't play for the Jets. Well, of course he did. But, and he plays for the Vikings now?
He does play for the Vikings now.
It's not Flacco.
No,
It is not.
It's the... I know who it is. It's the guy... He played for the 49ers. Mullins. Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins.
Jeez.
I needed something that I got worried with a couple of these that they were going to be too easy. I needed something to throw everyone off just slightly.
That was hard.
Tom, you got I got the easy ones, but you got like Nick Mullins and you got some like deep cuts. So I think we both won. Everybody won on that.
So I will say I feel like this one would be a bit difficult as well. Then. So we've got a tiger.
Oh, we're doing more.
3 more. We've got three
more. No. Come on, Fletch.
Two more.
Oh no. No, I have to get the last one in. I have to.
Just do the last one then. This is excruciating now.
A tiger, a cardinal, a Texan, a chief, a saint. Active player.
A tiger, a cardinal,
a Texan, a chief, a saint.
Oh,
you signed a safety or something from the Saints.
Yeah, it's Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, I should have got that from the Tiger point. Honey Badger.
I just knew he played for the Saints. Obviously played for the Chiefs.
I was like, it's a safety. It's somebody. It's definitely a defensive player.
And finally...
Okay, give us the final one, because this is...
we have an Aggie, a Bronco, a Ram, and a Bill.
Oh, Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Dadgummit.
What, you got that too quick. Let me pull this last one out.
No.
Well, too late. I'm doing it anyway. We've... a Bronco, a Dolphin, an Eagle, and then retired.
Well, he's not active, so you've ruined your own game.
I just had to get this one guy in there.
Jason Kelsey?
No.
He played for the Broncos.
Not well.
Oh yeah, Kelsey.
College Bronco.
I always forget which one's which. Travis is Jason.
And then he played for the
Fletcher Cox?
The Dolphins and the Eagles.
Dolphins, Eagles.
I don't know.
It's not Jay Ajayi, is it?
It's Jay Ajayi. Well done, Tom.
Tom, my respect for you is like pulling out
had-
some
Yeah, I was trying to remember
some
'cause he
B-side NFL players, if I've ever heard of any.
Oh,
had-
I had to get a
Yeah.
No
Jay
offense,
Ajayi in there.
no offense to Jahi.
No, yeah, but you're
Great
right there.
name.
Yeah, I just remember because didn't he have like a Pro Bowl season with the Dolphins, and then he won a Super Bowl, the Eagles. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know where I pulled that out of. To be honest, Chapman, it just came out.
It's impressive, buddy.
So, fair play. Well done to you both. We got through it.
We did. I think we actually did pretty well as well. To be honest,
I think you did really
I was
well.
pretty happy.
And even like you kind of came together even when things got tough. Worked together. Got some good teamwork in there. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know the lightning round would actually be the rolling lightning for 25 minutes. I love you, Fletch. I'm kidding. Fletch's face just totally. Oh man, for the YouTube watchers, that's gonna be.
well, with that in mind, I will let you both go and spend the rest of your evening and just kind of.
Well,
Get
thank you,
time to
Fletch.
chill out.
Thank you, Fletch. That was nice. Thanks for putting that together. It was a great. Yeah, it was a great. Yeah, you did a great job.
I will.
And we
I will.
actually didn't-
You can be
we
Quizmaster anytime now.
I was going to say we didn't actually interrupt each other that much, Chapman. Either, to be fair, it was.
No, we were just trying to beat Fletch.
So we will give you. I will whack in a couple of extra of those guess the player by the career paths if you want them in a couple
Yeah,
of
go on and do
episodes.
it.
No, yeah,
So
you should put some
Wait.
online.
I'm already planning on going to get a few of these out there on the AAW Network socials, which, by the way, go check out the descriptions. You can come follow us and take part for yourself and see if you know better than Tom, because apparently he's the man to beat right now, at least. So,
At least with that game.
yeah.
You give me
Gentlemen, yeah. Gentlemen, have a lovely evening, and we will see you all next week. And what we covered next week, we are getting ready for the Olympics next week, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to build a 7-a-side, like an ultimate 7-a-side, and we'll get some college football if you can peel us away from college football for a little bit.
We got some exciting stuff coming up. It may be summer, and we may be missing some teammates, but we've got some fun stuff coming up. Fletch is a great producer. He's got us all thinking about episodes, and then we'll be building up to the start of training camp.
Yes.
So
Funny.
please listen, tell your friends. Now that around the NFL is gone, make us your first listen to
There we go.
every Wednesday.
The endorsement that is.
No, respect to ATM.
Yeah. So hurdle. What are we hurdling this week? Hurdle that what?
Hurdle that trivia. Hurdle that mascot.
Hurdle that moniker.
Question.
Hurdle that lightning round.
Hurdle any of those things. Take your pick, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Peace.